80 degrees and sunny skies here at Eichelberger Field in Urbana, Illinois. It is a gorgeous day for softball, and it's an interstate matchup between the Northern Illinois Huskies and the Illinois Fighting Illini. I'm your host, Tony Fanara, alongside Cooper O'Kelly, and an uncharacteristic second midweek game for Illinois. Cooper, how'd the first one go for Illinois?
Jenna Turner is about as good as it comes as a player that hits for contact and gets on base.
You see she kind of steps into that one, rolls it over to first base, and safe at first. She was very speedy. The second basewoman over there, Kiris Click, tried to cover as Eileen Donahue had to charge. It was a good play for Illinois, but really the only runner that they... Addison Carroll. And it goes right to her. She goes to second for one, on to first way late.
Well, I guess that explains things.
But she picked it up on that one hopper. More of her own. And now the 0-1 is drilled into the gap and off the wall on a one hop. Nance is being waved around. The throw home is not there. It's cut off. And the Huskies take a 1-0 lead. An RBI double by Danielle Stewart.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, the gap in between left and center field. We're going to see a bit of maybe a lapse in judgment there from Elena Miller. It looked like she second guesses where she was going to throw initially, which is what ultimately ended up.
Person also hesitated at short. Madison Matthews rips it up the middle for a single. And Stewart is held at third. Top of the first, we've gone single, fielder's choice, double single. So all four hitters for the Huskies have reached base, so far. The first pitch that Riley Hartman sees is grounded to second base. Kiris Click makes the flip over to first for the out number 2. But a run scores Danielle Stewart in an RBI ground out for Riley Hartman. And the Huskies now lead 2-0.
Yeah, and I mean, that's all you need, right? If you have a runner on third base right there, runner in scoring position, you don't make a decision, and she does a good job laying off of that outside pitch right there.
This one's grounded to second base. Kiris Click, another chance, and she makes it. So there's the third out for Illinois, but not before the Huskies strike first. Dave Cooper, I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, I've not seen that either, Tony. I mean,
This one's driven into right center field for Stevie Mead, and it'll get down and one hop the wall. So a leadoff double for Illinois. This one to right center field. The Huskies had a one hopper. And it'll set things up for Kiris Click, who lays one down. It'll stop right in front of the plate. So an easy play for the catcher, Riley Hartman, but a sac bunt for Kiris Click.
Donahue is a player that's really been coming into her own here in her second season with the ball club.
And there's RBI number 33 as Illinois quickly cuts into this lead. 2-1 now as Eileen Donahue picks up the RBI single.
Yeah, and that's a great
ball. She was just a little bit early. Here's the next one, too, is cut on and missed. And with a runner at first base, no need for the drop third. So the first strikeout of the day for Lily Castle.
Easy day for those defenders.
The next pitch is squibbed up the first base line. It stays fair, and Ella Cushing tries to pull off a Javi Baez, but it just stops in front of the first basewoman. Maybe not the stats she wanted, but definitely the playing time that she's been wanting and deserving. This one's ripped to third, but right there is Addison Carroll. Didn't have to move a muscle, and out number 1 here in the top of the second.
Yeah, I mean, that is the worst hitting.
Where would you go for the swing and miss?
Probably low. I'd probably try and bury one here.
She sends a rise ball up and in instead, and it'll work out the fly out to Elena Miller for out number 2.
Yeah, and like you said, that did work out for Yergler, but
by Brianna Peckman. She was about 3 steps in front of the left-handed batter's box there, so very active take. This one's chopped right back to Yergler for out number 3. So she settles down, a 1-2-3 inning for her. And we will
back and erase that 1-run deficit. Definitely love to see Avila there.
This was grounded to shortstop, and a nice play over there by Alana Powell to get the speedy Yazzie Avila. Paige Berkmeyer now in the box for Illinois. She pops the first pitch she sees up towards right field, and Casey Quick makes the play. So quickly 2 are down here in the second inning.
Nice little play on words.
She swings at that first strike she sees and sends a line drive single up the middle. So possibly a spark here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Your lead out there at first base. Looked like the catcher, Riley Hartman, tried to second guess it, but
And it won't matter though, because that one swung on and missed. So now the next 0-2 is chopped and up to Carly Yergler. She makes the throw and PFPs for Carly Yergler. That was the only play Illinois had. She cut off her third basewoman, Addison Carroll, and made a strong sidearm. Sometimes that's how it goes with pitchers. They give up some runs in the first, and then after that, they're fine. This one slapped on the ground to third. Addison Carroll up with it and over to first for out number 2. So Addison Carroll over at third base, still showing that her confidence. That hitter is sitting dead red, looking for that good pitch. The 3-2 is now lined to shortstop and off the glove of Lizzie Stuyvesant. Just a hair away from it on the dive. But it'll be a single for Danielle Stewart, and she's now 2 for 2.
a lead that's only 1 run right now.
The 2-2 from Yergler is reached and popped into center field in an easy play for Elena Miller. So Yergler battles around that 2-out single, and we youngins are taking in some softball here as this one's drilled into left field. Back goes Brianna Peckman, and she makes a good play going back over her shoulder on the warning track.
Yeah, great play, like you said, Tony. Very important if you're an outfielder that you're not scared of putting your body on the line.
Field, absolutely no different. And now Kiris Click in a hitter's count, 3-1. Let's see if she can find something she's looking for. Instead, she'll take ball 4. And Illinois has a 1-out base run.
Yeah, that pitch count already getting up there for Cat.
We saw that a little bit with Carly Yergler in the last half inning where she stopped trying to throw strikes and started trying to nibble around the edges. And it seems that maybe Castle has started to do the same as Illinois. It's now Addison Carroll. She struck out swinging her first time up, and her first pitch she lines into right field. Casey Quick went in and goes back, and it's over her head. It's a double for Addison Carroll, and the play at home, she's safe. That's Kiris Click. So
first of all, great piece of hitting right here from Carroll. Bit of a defensive lap, like you said. It seemed like the right fielder, Casey Quick, started to come in before heading back out, and then that slide here at the end of the play, you can see it a bit in the background as Kiris Click fires herself up after she safely slides in there and gives the Illini the lead.
So Ella Cushing now on a 2-2 game with runners at second and third. Ella Cushing, the freshman, the sole freshman.
Very speedy runner, so like you said, Tony, I'm sure that would get the job done.
This one's up the middle, and a single will get the job done just as well. The runner at third, that's Addison Carroll.
2 home runs out of her 6 hits, so the power is definitely there. She's rung up there, however.
Yeah, she's caught frozen there for strike 3.
Out of the bullpen, Berkmeyer, very capable of driving in runs.
This one's looped into center field for another RBI single, and Paige Berkmeyer has extended this Illinois lead to 4-2. Good battle brewing here with 2 outs in the third. The next pitch to Miller is drilled up the middle in a single, and the runner Ella Cushing will stay at third base. So now bases are loaded for the Illini.
Definitely a wise decision right there by Cushing. Did not look like she would have been able to beat out a throw, but right here from Miller, solid piece of hitting. It might not have played it a runner like she had hoped. However, still does a great job of.
I know we get designated hitters in Major League Baseball now, but back when we got hitting pitchers, I'll talk about this later. This one's up the middle, and it's dropped at second base. It would have been an unbelievable play by Alana Powell. She dove and made the stop and glove flipped it from her stomach to the second basewoman, Jenna Turner, but Jenna Turner just unable to make the catch at second base. We'll take another look. Look at the play, the glove flip, and just unable to hold on to the catch. She would have been out too at second base.
Wow, that really would have been something.
And the first pitch for Stevie Mead is over to third base. And Madison Matthews will step on the bag, but not before Illinois has put 4 on the board and now lead 5. And now this one's a ground ball to the third basewoman, Addison Carroll. She picks it up on a couple of bounces and fires it over to first base. And like you were mentioning, Cooper,
to get a ball out to the outfield, look for her to try and stretch it into a double.
The next 2-2 is in the zone for a call.
Who struck out looking.
Now it's Casey Quick who pops one in foul territory, and a good bobbling play, and the catch made over there by Eileen Donahue. It almost popped out of her glove, but it counts just of this Fighting Illini lineup are these 2, 3, 4 hitters, as this one's popped in, still in play for the first basewoman, Danielle Stewart. And out number 1 for the Huskies.
Here so far going on, but maybe a cat and mouse game, some might call it. Donahue. I stand corrected. I was about to say that Donahue is not chasing any balls that are too far out of the strike zone. We'll here get some momentum going for this Husky lineup.
3-2 is grounded to shortstop, and what a play. Diving play, and it's just not in time. It's not Alana Powell anymore to make the throw in time, as this one gets away from the catcher and up to second base. Moves Eileen Donahue. Or Addison Carroll, rather. Apologies.
And like we...
Cushing, 1 for 2 on the day, had an RBI single in the third. This one's drilled out to center field. Back goes the center fielder and over the wall for a home run. The freshman Ella Cushing picks up a 2 RBI homer and has broken this game open for the Fighting Illini.
Cushing takes advantage of that 3-1 hitter's count right there, sees a pitch that she likes and is able to get her bat right on top of it, driving it all the way out of here. As you can see right there, she got all of that one, fully barreled it up, and ended up sending it over the fence for her 6th home run at the start of that exchange.
Yeah, she was kind of just standing there in that batter's box after that first pitch and was just kind of like waiting to see what the word was. This one's bounced to second base and an easy play. But it was Ella Cushing. The count sits at 2-1. The pitch from Yergler is hit on the ground to short, and it's off the heel of the glove of Lizzie Stiverson. Should go down as an E6. We'll see what it's scored. Your hitters stepping up to the challenge. And now the 2-2 is hit on the ground to third. Carroll to second for 1, and no throw to first.
It's the second time here tonight where Carroll was able to gun
to do the catching for Paige Berkmeyer. This one by Jenna Turner is hit in the air to left field, and an easy can of corn for Stevie Mead, and out number 2. This one's hit on a line to left field, and it'll drop fair for a single. So Natalie Miller coming in to pinch hit and picks up a single here.
Not guaranteed as a lineup to get another chance with the runner in scoring position, so definitely try and take a hack.
This one's on the ground again to Addison Carroll. This one with 2 outs, she'll just go over to first for out number 3. So Yergler pitches around.
Big opportunity here for Jaeger, getting a chance to get a bat under her belt. Obviously, that one's going to be a short one there. She pops out, but good for these young players.
This gets Miller on the elbow guard. So free pass. Now the 1-1 is hit up the middle, and a good play over there by Jenna Turner. She turns to herself. She steps on the bag and throws it over to first. And row with a victory for Illinois as Madison Matthews is in the box and hits one on the ground, and out number 1 as a good play is made over there by Kiris Click
And in that first inning, it kind of seemed like we were going to see a back and forth battle, but she really reeled it in down the stretch.
Addison Carroll's had some work to do down at the hot corner, and she makes yet another. The 2-2 to Carnahan is cut on and missed. So the first strikeout of the evening for Danica Frazier sets the Huskies down 1-2-3 in the sixth. Batter Hannah Boley will have to face here in the bottom of the sixth will be Stevie Mead, who rockets one down the third base line, and unable to make the play was Madison Matthews. It goes off her glove. She fires it back to first as Mead got a lead off first. Concession stand closes after 6. It was a good on you to give it to her so she can get a candy in the last half inning, as this one's over to second base for 1 and not in time for first for 2. Kira's Click, a fielder's choice. The next pitch to Eileen Donahue is shot up the middle for a single. Not the first time we've seen Eileen Donahue do that tonight.
No outing here at the plate for Donahue.
Now back-to-back line drives on back-to-back pitches for Illinois. This one's all the way to the wall down the left field line. It scores 1 and a double for Addison Carroll. It's her second RBI double of the game. She's 3 for 4.
Good game from the batter's box. As you can see right there, smokes that one to left field, able to extend it to extra bases. Has also been great on the defensive end of things.
Has a 4.51 ERA and a 1.91 whip. As this is a first pitch by Cushing into center field, it will score Eileen Donahue, and up to third base goes Addison Carroll. So now the score sits.
Mackin, 4.51 ERA so far this season, but only a freshman. She's really been thrown into the fire by this Northern Illinois coaching staff. Has gotten a lot of opportunities as a freshman. So not time to sit back and watch and learn, but really firsthand experience. Ooh. Diving play.
And what a play it was over there by Madison Matthews. If it gets by her, the game's over. And
down on the game for the Huskies. Really important to note that, you know, they were in the driver's seat, Tony, to start this one.
This one's on the ground once again to Addison Carroll. And she once again makes the play.
The Illini team that is full of new faces. Pop out right there by Jalen Brister for the second out of the inning. But this team, they added 10 freshmen and 3 transfers in the offseason. They're the youngest team in the Big Ten. So
situation still stands. Strada now hits the 2-1 and rips a single into left field. So she makes me eat my words, and she does extend this ballgame.
Nice piece of hit.
Since then, she's grounded back to the pitcher and flown to left. This one slapped to shortstop. Kira's Click bobbles it, and everybody's safe. So now something brewing here for the Huskies. They don't want to go down without a fight. She grounded to second base. This one slapped to shortstop. Kira's Click now goes to third, and the game's over. So the second chance in a row, and Kira's Click doesn't let it go by the wayside. Illinois wins the game 9-2.
Yeah, and big comeback from this Illini offense. I guess not much of a comeback when it was only 1 inning, but playing from behind there pretty much the whole game when the Huskies jumped out to an